हाँ, गुड आफ्टरनून स्टूडेंट्स। जाओ अनेक दिन है तुम सहित देखा है जो कोरोना भूताणुर प्रादुर्भाव चलती तेणु कोरोना भाइरस को नहीं बर्तमान सारा पृथ्वी तो आतंकित ता भितर भी समस्त असुविधा भितर भी आमको सुविधा टे खोजापी पड़ो एवं पाठशाठ जदि न पढ़ा भी आगामी भविष्य में शिक्षा निश्चित भाव में धूलिसात हो तेणु आमको समस्त को आम लेक्चरर्स मान को स्टूडेंट्स मान को समस्त को शिक्षा को बंचेबार अच्छी निजे शिक्षा को नहीं चलबार अच्छी भविष्य को शिक्षा को नहीं उज्जवल करिवार अच्छी। सो इट इज आवर ड्यूटी for all. We should all be cautious for the development of education, because education is the all-round development of body, mind and spirit. Without education, nothing can be possible. शिक्षा बिना कौन सीटा जिनस संभव नुहे। ये जो कोरोना वायरस ये भाइरस को जदि भी आज पदाघात करने को हम ये कोरोना भाइरस को भी जदि आज विताड़ित करने को हम से दरकार शिक्षा। सो मेनी रिसर्चर्स ऑफ द टोटल यूनिवर्स दे आर ट्राइंग देयर बेस्ट टू इन्वेंट ए effective vaccine to eradicate this type of corona disease from the world. You know, before so many years, there was also an acute viral disease, polio, which was very serious for our universe. The whole universe was crying at that time, just like during this period, during this time. So, as polio eradicated by the invention of vaccine, like oral and inject vaccine. Inject vaccine invented by Dr. Jonas Salk, and oral vaccine was invented by Dr. Albert Sabin, you know. Okay, अच्छे समय आ रही है, भल समय आसुची, आमको पुणी सबु किछि असजड़ा को सजाड़ी आगु को बढ़िबा को पड़िबो। सो आई होप you will be happy in your home, and I hope your father, your mother, your whole family members will be happy and will be safe from this contagious terror like coronavirus. So students, today we will read a poem from your course. It is the second English class through online. So the first poem, which is already taught by me to you before, again I am now going to teach this poem, because suppose you will all forget it. As you are now all at your homes And as you are now in a precarious condition, as you are now busy in many works, many homework, as you are now fully indisciplined in your day-to-day life, in your study life, but it is my advice to you, you listen our teaching, not English, but all subjects, you listen vividly, you remember the whole lessons clearly, without delay, you continue your practice daily, you work out your daily tasks, try to continue the practice, try to do the exercise every day. Otherwise, you will boycott from your study, and definitely in your coming future, when you will go to appear the council exam, at that time you will be in a difficult situation. So my dear students, do not disobey your lessons, do not delay your study at your homes. Okay, today we will read the first poem, Daffodils, written by the poet, by the veteran poet, not a poet, by the veteran poet William Wordsworth. William Wordsworth is a well-known name in English language and literature. Especially, he is known as the poet of nature, nature's poet. Prakruti Kavi tanku kuhajaye, romantic poet also. William Wordsworth has written this poem, Daffodils. So the title of the poem is Daffodils, and the poet is William Wordsworth. Students, first you know what is poetry. According to William Wordsworth, poetry is a spontaneous overflow of powerful feeling arising from emotions and recollected into tranquility. ଯୋଉଥିରେ ଭାବନାପ୍ଳୁତ ରାଜ୍ୟରେ ମଣିଷଟେ ବା ମନଟି ବିଚରଣ କରି ସମ୍ପୂର୍ଣ୍ଣ ରୂପେ ନିଜକୁ ହଜେଇ ଦିଏ, ମଜେଇ ଦିଏ, ତାକୁ ହିଁ କବିତା ବୋଲି କୁହାଯାଏ. Spontaneous overflow of powerful feelings. So question is, what is poetry? You have to write, poetry is the spontaneous overflow of powerful feelings. Then daffodils. What do you mean daffodils here? Students, daffodils means flowers. What type of flower? Daffodils are the bell-shaped golden yellow colored flowers which look very beautiful, very attractive. Daffodils होउची घंटा आकृतिर आम एपटिकार फूल जमती कनियर फूल मंदार फूल जमती घंटा भाया मंदिर घंटा आकृतिर एक सुनेली हलदी वर्णर फूल अच्छे जहाँकि देखा भारी सुंदर. Specially, these flowers are blossomed in western country. पाश्चात्य देश रे फूल गुड़िक प्रायतः ଫୁଟିଥାଏ ଡାଫୋଡିଲ୍ସ ତାକୁ କୁହାଯାଏ। In our country, daffodils flowers are like the bell-shaped flower, and its color is golden yellow color. Okay, so now you already confirmed what do you mean daffodils. So this poem Daffodil incorporates the ideas and aspects essential to the romantic poet. Daffodils, the poem by William Wordsworth, is a romantic poet. Confirm. What type of poem is Daffodil? Daffodil is a romantic poem. Then the field of daffodils is evidently the subject of this poem. What is the subject of this poem? The field of daffodils is the subject of this poem, which making the nature the most apparent feature throughout. ଯାହାକି ସମଗ୍ର ପ୍ରକୃତିକୁ ଏଠି ସୁନ୍ଦର କରି ଗଢ଼ି ତୋଳିଛି। କବି ଡାଫୋଡିଲ ଫୁଲର ଦୃଶ୍ୟକୁ ଦେଖି ସମ୍ପୂର୍ଣ୍ଣ ରୂପେ ନିଜକୁ ହଜେଇ ଦେଇଛନ୍ତି, ମଜେଇ ଦେଇଛନ୍ତି ଏବଂ ଭୁଲି ଯାଇଛନ୍ତି ନିଜକୁ ନିଜେ। So Wordsworth adds a range of natural images here. Means Wordsworth also uses some natural images in this poem. What are the natural images used by him? The natural images used by him are lakes, trees, stars, and even clouds. किछि प्राकृतिक प्रतिछवि, नेचुरल इमेजेस मीन प्राकृतिक प्रतिछवि को कवितारे तोली धरिଛନ୍ତି ଯଥା ହ୍ରଦ, ଗଛଲତା, ତାରକାପୁଞ୍ଜ, ବାଦଲ ଖଣ୍ଡ ଏଗୁଡିକ। And a tranquil mood is instantly created by the poet from the very first line of the poem. You see, the first line of the poem, from the first stanza, I wandered lonely as a cloud. From this very first line, it is proved that the poet William Wordsworth has already been tranquilized. The poet William Wordsworth is in a tranquil mood. Tranquil mood means in a forgetfulness mood. Moji jiva, hoji jiva manobhav. That is tranquil mood. Mood with tranquilized. Mono jaki hoji jai. Pura nijuku nije hojei daba. So, what type of mood is created in the very first line of the poem? A tranquil mood is created by the poet in the very first line of the poem. Then, the atmosphere of the poem is very peaceful. Definitely, it is sure, it is true. The use of nature creates a joyful setting. Yes, the use of nature also creates a joyful setting. Not until the poet, due to this reason, not until the poet later muses about what he saw does he fully appreciate the cheerful sight of the dancing daffodils. You know, things of beauty is joy. Things of beauty is joyful forever. Sundara truptiro abosad nahi. Yete dekhutile noa disipai. So, here the poet William Wordsworth is totally involved in the beautiful sight of the golden daffodils. of the golden dancing daffodils. So, now come to the poem and note how Wordsworth glorifies the beauty of nature and the bliss of solitude. Next question, what does the poet Wordsworth glorify here? What does the poet Wordsworth glorify here? So, answer is the poet Wordsworth glorifies the beauty of nature and the bliss of solitude here. प्रकृतिर सौंदर्यता व रूप माधुरी एवं ब्लिस ऑफ सॉलिट्यूड एका एका मनोभावर जो शांति स्वस्ति को वर्णना करते। नाउ कम टू दी स्टैंजेस ऑफ द पोएम। फर्स्ट स्टैंजा, I wandered lonely as a cloud that floats on high over vales and hills, when all at once I saw a crowd, a host of golden daffodils, beside the lake, beneath the trees, fluttering and dancing in the breeze. I have already told you that this poem is an imaginary poem. This poem is written not outside the room, but inside the room. Not on the lake, but off the lake. Here, the poet has written this poem in an imaginary mood. कल्पना नेत्रे देखी भाभी कवि ए कविताटी को लिखुचन कोठी से जाइना निज भावना राज्य रे विचरण करी कल्पना नेत्र रे देखी से कविता को वर्णना करछन कहउचंती आई वंडर्ड लॉनली एज ए क्लाउड बादलर खंड टीए परी दिने मु एका एका बोलुथिली that floats on high over vales and hills जो बादल खंड पहाड़ पर्वत उपत्यका ऊपर दे भासु थाए ठीक से ही भलिया ये एका 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 विचरण करते when all at once I saw a crowd, a host of golden daffodils beside the lake beneath the trees, fluttering and dancing in the breeze. At that time he saw a crowd, a host means a huge number of, an infinite number of golden daffodils. Beside the lake, where did he see the daffodils? Beside the lake and beneath the trees. And how the daffodils looked to him? The daffodils looked to him as fluttering and dancing in the breeze. बादल खंडटी जेपरी उपत्यका पहाड़ ऊपर देई एका एका भासु था ठीक से ही कवि दिने एका एका बोलुथिले एई समय हठात से विपुल परिमाण रो सुंदर डाफोडिल रो सुनेली संभार को देखा पाइले हृदय कूल गछमान कर तले जो डाफोडिल फूल गुड़िक की सुंदर महक सहित दोलायमान गति नृत्यरत थिला परी देखा जाउथिले. So when did the poet see the daffodil? The poet saw the daffodil when he was wandering lonely as a cloud. How many daffodils he saw? A huge number of daffodils. A host or a crowd? What do you mean a host? A host, a crowd means huge number of daffodils here. Where did he see the daffodil? Beside the lake, beneath the tree. He saw the daffodil beside the lake and beneath the tree. Then second stanza. Continuous as the stars that shine and twinkle on the Milky Way, they stretched in never-ending line along the margin of a way. 10,000 saw, I at a glance, tossing their heads in sprightly dance. In second stanza, the poet has compared the sight of daffodils with the sight of twinkling stars on the Milky Way. So here, it is just like a simile. What is simile? The explicit comparison between two unlike things. It is a figure of speech. Simile is a figure of speech. And what is its definition? The explicit comparison between two unlike things. So, it is simile. Here the poet has compared the sight of daffodil with the sight of twinkling stars on the Milky Way at night. The sight of daffodils in the daytime has the similarity with the sight of the twinkling stars on the Milky Way at night. They stretched in never-ending line. Means they stretched in never-ending line. Means there is nothing any ending point. There is nothing any ending point. The daffodil stretched along the margin of a way. At a glance, he saw, the poet saw 10,000. How many daffodils he saw? 10,000 daffodils he saw at a glance, which were tossing their heads in sprightly dance. Happily, delightedly, the daffodils, flowers were dancing. Then the waves, third stanza, the waves beside them danced, but they outdid the sparkling waves in glee. Glee means happiness. Happily, delightedly, the daffodil flowers, the daffodils are dancing. By the touch of the air, the waves beside them also danced. ସତେ ଯେମିତି ପବନର ପରଶ ପାଇବା ପରେ ଡାଫୋଡିଲ ଫୁଲର ଆସ୍ତରଣ ଉପରେ ତରଙ୍ଗ ବା ଢେଉ ଖେଳି ଯାଉଥିଲା। ତରଙ୍ଗାୟିତ ନୃତ୍ୟରତ ଡାଫୋଡିଲ ଫୁଲ ଗୁଡ଼ିକର ସେହି ତରଙ୍ଗାୟିତ ଦୃଶ୍ୟ ସତେ ଯେମିତି କବିଙ୍କ ହୃଦୟକୁ ଆନନ୍ଦରେ ବିମୋହିତ କରି ପକାଇଛି, ଆନନ୍ଦରେ ବିଭୋର କରି ପକାଇଛି। In such a jocund company, I gazed and gazed, but little thought, the poet says here. What wealth this so to me had brought? The sight of dancing daffodils is the topmost wealth, is the great wealth for the poet here. ସବୁଠୁ ବଡ଼ ସମ୍ପଦ ବୋଲି କହୁଛନ୍ତି କବି ଏଇ daffodil ଫୁଲର ଦୃଶ୍ୟ ରାଜିକୁ ଦେଖି। For often last stanza, for often when on my couch I lie, in vacant or in pensive mood, vacant or in pensive mood, सुना सुना मन যন্ত্রণাদায়ক मन, কষ্ট যন্ত্রণা যুক্ত मन, that is vacant or pensive mood. When the poet was in vacant and pensive mood, he lied down silently, or he slept silently on his couch, and he saw in his inward eye the sight of golden daffodils with great pleasure, and gave his pensive mood a peace, a happiness. ଯେତେବେଳେ କଷ୍ଟ ଯନ୍ତ୍ରଣାଦାୟକ ମନରେ କବି ଭାରାକ୍ରାନ୍ତ ହୋଇ ପଡୁଥିଲେ, ସେତେବେଳେ ଆଖି ବୁଜି କୌଣସି ଏକ ଶୋଇବା ଜାଗାରେ ସେ ଆଖି ବୁଜି ଶୋଇ ପଡୁଥିଲେ ଏବଂ ନିଜ ମନ ନେତ୍ରରେ, କଳ୍ପନା ନେତ୍ରରେ, ଇନୱାର୍ଡ ଆଏରେ ଏହି ନୂତନତା ଡେଫୋଡିଲ ଫୁଲର ସୁନ୍ଦରତମ ଦୃଶ୍ୟରାଜିକୁ ଦୃଶ୍ୟପଟକୁ ସେ ଦେଖୁଥିଲେ ଆଉ ନିଜ ହୃଦୟରେ ପୁଲକ ଜାଗି ଉଠୁଥିଲେ ବା ନିଜେ ପୁଲକିତ ହୋଇ ଉଠୁଥିଲେ। Okay, so the poet William Wordsworth is very much impressed here, having seen the beautiful, attractive and Hellenic site of the dancing daffodils. Okay, students, you try to know the theme of the poem. At your home, you read the poem 2 times and you try to understand the theme, and I have already given you the notes, question answer notes. You read the question and practice the answer and try your best to complete the poem as soon as possible. Okay, at last I will say that you live at your home safe. Do not try to disturb your parents. Always try to busy in your study. Thank you. Next class we will see.